Hey there guys, welcome back to the Inspired Evolution. I'm Amrit Sandhu and I have worked with over 260 one-on-one clients at the time of this recording. We go on deep, year-long transformational coaching journeys, and it's been my incredible honor to facilitate transformation and change for such incredible people, spoken in countries all over the world to all different types of audiences. And on the Inspired Evolution podcast, which I know you guys know and love, I've interviewed over 350 individuals that are thought leaders, entrepreneurs, creatives, Fortune 500 CEOs, quantum physicists, spiritual teachers, healers, all sorts of incredible individuals. Today's video is about an inflated balloon at a birthday party that is called confidence. And we're going to go all the way in on why clarity is actually the true superpower that you're looking for. So, the problem with confidence, just to give you a bit of an idea, is it is so inauthentic. I wish I had confidence. I wish I had more confidence when it came to public speaking, or I wish I had more confidence when it came to my engagements in the workplace, or I wish I was more confident with my children. One of the things that people, when they bring this to coaching, you'll notice is they're consistently trying to gas themselves up to front to try and appear like they are more competent than they really are. And I see it online everywhere. People are selling confidence strategies to people. Now, that is such bullshit. I'm so sorry for just calling it out for what it is. Sorry, not sorry. Ultimately, confidence is just like hot air that you pump up. And yes, you can totally pump yourself up to be, oh yeah, I'm confident in a particular moment. But what happens when someone takes a shot or asks you a question about something that you have no idea about? Your confidence comes spiraling down. This started with people turning around and saying, hey, Amrit, you come across very enthusiastic, touch wood, and you're very confident. And you'd be surprised. I go into boardroom meetings sometimes and I'm one of the quietest people in the room and I have nothing to say. And so I just sit there and I listen. To the point where I've had people turn around to me like, why are you even here? Which is actually kind of rude. They shouldn't say that, right? But nonetheless, they've made those remarks. And that is the exact same person that you see here today is like, yo, let's talk about confidence and clarity, right? So what is the difference between the Amrit that's in that boardroom environment versus Amrit that's in this environment here? Now, there are other meetings in boardrooms where I'm completely vocal and share my thoughts fluently. The difference is when I walk into a meeting and I have no idea what it's about, I generally turn in, quieten down, and I listen. And the authentic version of Amrit is quite clear that he has nothing to contribute other than his active listening, and if he continues to learn and listen and go along a certain way, he will eventually learn enough to be more clear about the subject matter, that eventually he'll be able to talk to it, speak to it. So if I got you guys to say, hey, come to a podcast on neuro-linguistic programming, right? NLP. Some of you are NLP coaches, some of you are not. Those of you that have an NLP background would absolutely come onto the podcast and confidently, because you've got a lot of clarity, come along and give a great talk. But those of you that don't know about NLP, it would come across as you are not confident in yourself, which has nothing to do with yourself. It's actually the content and the subject matter that you're not confident in, and confident is just such a smokescreen. Ultimately, you don't have clarity. Knowing that has been so vital for me because I no longer label myself as, oh, I'm a confident person or I'm a not confident person. That label is so it's difficult to actually work with because it doesn't mean anything. I'm not inflated with a sense of self in this environment and I'm inflated with a sense of self in this environment. What does that have to do with anything? But understanding that it's actually about clarity is extremely practical because it's totally fine for me to not be clear in so many dimensions of life, and it's super good for me to also be hyper clear in other dimensions of life. And in those spaces where I have a lot of clarity, I add a lot of value. And in those spaces, I come across as confident, but what I really have is clarity. The benefit of clarity is it's authentic, it's genuine, it's practical, it's up for being challenged. We can talk more, we can learn more about the things that I'm clear on, and I'm okay to have them challenged, and I can rebut back, and we can actually, in a conversation, grow more around an idea. Whereas if I've got confidence in something, that idea doesn't really usually stack up. So this week's video is a short one. I would love for you to erase the word confidence, if possible, out of your vernacular. I know, we're trying to become more intelligent, we're trying to add words to our vocabulary, we don't want to lose words, but confidence is a complete bullshit smokescreen. You have clarity in certain situations and you don't have clarity in certain situations. And it's totally okay to show up in situations that you don't have clarity. Right? And being humble enough to acknowledge that and actually asking good questions of people. People will respect you significantly, I have found, for asking quality questions through quality listening. Because oftentimes you'll find if you're in a room or an environment and you're not the smartest person in the room, you don't have to act like you belong in the room. If you act like you don't belong in the room and you ask questions, people have been right where you are to get into that room oftentimes, right? They are actually very willing to help, nurture, guide, support, and you actually get to clarity so much faster that way because people know that they can actually help you and propel you forward. Now, there are totally going to be environments where some people don't support you on that, and they may not be the right environments for you, right? That is what I oftentimes look at and go, I use that sometimes as a bit of a litmus, is this a toxic environment or is it a supportive environment? Are people actually willing to support and nurture growth in each other is a good sign of a healthy environment for you to be investing your time, energy, and efforts within. But to bring it back to the message, right? Clarity is what you need, and if you don't have it, build it. Be humble enough to take the time to build the clarity. Yeah, and you will come across confident when you've got clarity. Yeah, but don't worry about confidence. Worry about clarity. It's something practical, tangible that you can actually develop, and it's bulletproof. Once you've got clarity, you've actually got a map, you've got direction, you've got vision, you know what's going on, you know potentially where you're mapping, charting your way forward to, which is why as a coach, we often build out a clear map of your future. When you work with me at the Inspired Evolution through one-on-one coaching, we do a 12-dimensional, from Mindvalley's Lifebook, vision for your life. Right? We look at all of the dimensions of your life and we get hyper clear on it, right? So you don't have to pretend you have confidence in the areas of your life. You can clearly see which areas are going strong and which areas aren't, what you need to work on with clarity, and you can start to really build a life that you love. That's just one example. Again and again, you will find clarity is what you're looking for. Clarity is what people want from you. Clarity is the silver bullet. Work on developing clarity. Forget about confidence. If you don't have clarity in a certain space, take the time to build your chops. People will respect you for it. You'll respect you for it. You will have bulletproof self-esteem because you actually know what you're talking about when you're talking about it. And that's just why clarity eats confidence for breakfast. Also, guys, sometimes it can be really hard to come by clarity. What I found really useful is having a coach or a mentor or a guide to help you realize what you don't realize and realize how to get the skills that you need to develop. So in that space, coaching is an amazing tool, and it's a big part of why I do coaching and why I'm always getting coaching as well. So yeah, if you guys are interested and there's an avenue in your life, whether it's career decision-making, whether it's your life decision-making, or maybe you're trying to map out an entire vision for your life and you're just trying to get that clarity. If you're looking for greater levels of clarity in some area of your life and you think a coach can be of support, I'm always here to help. I'll put a link to a one-on-one discovery session in the show notes below. To be able to support you get more clarity in an area of your life would be my honor. And if you're looking for clarity across your entire life and you don't want to jump on a coaching call, that's totally fine. Here's the very next best video to watch on how to create a crystal clear vision for your life. 3 different methods for envisioning for your life. Pick one, do it now.